Boom! We are off with another episode of Booze, Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, has a green hairy tongue. It's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
This is the face of a satisfied Mets fan. Don't look at me. I'm hideous.
Does this mean
Orioles muscles over there? Ridiculous. Is that Eddie Murray?
It is. Very nice. I'm proud of you for knowing that. Even as an Oriole fan, said Eddie Murphy half my life.
Shit, been so lucky.
Booze, Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later. Got a fun episode planned for everybody tonight. But before we get into that, Zacharias, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
You should be drinking a big bowl of apology because I wasn't that bad last week. I listened to it twice. I had energy. I seamlessly made the transition from computer dying to computer living-ish to make that a 4-second turnaround, and I'm the one who catches crap. I could have gone full Dan Kona and just gone black on you, but no, I moved heaven and earth.
Zach, you were the Mitch McConnell of podcasters last week.
But I bounced back like he always fucking does. Yeah, exactly. We came back to life. Anyway, I got a Narragansett fucking lager. You? Tall boy.
You know what I really wanted to open with was the Karl Malone of podcasters because you really mailed it in. Except
I nailed it in. I was tremendous. I was nimble. I was all over the place.
He was at UFC this past weekend, was at Salt Lake City, and Karl Malone in the crowd. Almost put him in my Pishadoo with a stogie, just chewing on it the whole night. I don't get when people do that.
I like it. Like a cartoon character. Like a cartoon villain.
You ever go back and look at his Wikipedia? Something like when he was in college dominating, his girlfriend was like 13 years old.
So he was dominating.
I am drinking.
I'm drinking a Gansett. Hi, neighbor.
Roller Derby Catastrophe from the Forgotten Boardwalk, Cherry Hill, New Jersey Brewing Company. Citrus wheat brewed with pride. It's got lots of rainbows and colors because Murder Mittens is the name of my girl on it. This can is fantastic, by the way.
That's pretty good.
You haven't seen this. I don't even know if there's alcohol in here, but this looks amazing. 5.7. Citrus wheat released a Kraken.
All right.
Will Wheaton.
It's good every time.
This beer I brought to this is mine that I took of. I do have more to say about a barbecue I went to this weekend where my new move these days, because I do try to have a beer every podcast that we've ever done where it's something new. It's something I've never had. So my move is buy a 4-pack or a 6-pack of something I've never had, give them a holiday 6-pack, which means I crack one off, put it in my fridge.
That's the best commercial of all time, the holiday 5-pack. It's the best.
Episode 191, calling this one, We Got Next.
We Got Next.
Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what that means?
That was like the women's basketball or something commercial. Maybe it's for the soccer team. Rapinoe's all kinds of pissy these days because she doesn't get enough PT.
Yeah, I was wondering why she hasn't been playing, but you gave me a real Kanehara because I was all into Team USA, and then when you said I'm not watching, I've missed every game since.
I watched part of the one that they tied. Nothing special.
We Got Next is the WNBA's motto, or at least it was back in the day, and I didn't plan on talking about them, although something popped up today. The WNBA.
Okay. Those gals.
Who, my beer celebrating pride. I'm all about, do you get your fork in, right? But do you know there are 2 women now that are engaged and on the same team? I'm all for happiness. There's no way this ends up good, right?
Mazel tov. There's no way I could work or play a game with Jenna. Playing golf with her is stressful enough. I couldn't go professionally, go to work with her, to travel with her.
They're the first teammates ever to both have a triple-double, and there's a joke in there somewhere.
It's all the pieces are there.
One of them is going to get traded and or a problem. This is going to end up bad, but you can't put a rule on teammates dating, right?
No, but it's going to really put a hindrance on what NBA players at least do when they just crush on the road. Because now your significant other is there to monitor you.
I found the whole situation very weird, but then I was going to segue out of this into whatever happened to that Brittany Griner chick. Is she doing well in the NBA? I haven't looked up her stats, nor do I care. The bigger issue is this is really bad. You heard that in Haiti, some girl from Massachusetts, her and her kid got kidnapped. They're like
What?
she's a nurse. Woman from Massachusetts, nurse down in Haiti, volunteering her time, got kidnapped by all the hijackers down there.
Well, that sucks.
Are
Why
we
the
gonna
hell is
go?
her kid going to work with her? I hated to bring your kid to work day anyway. Now you might get kidnapped? Who the hell wants to kidnap me and Grammy? That sounds like a nightmare for the kidnapper.
I just want to know, are we
You
gonna
and
go
your
get her?
mom?
I used to go to my mom's all the time.
Yeah, and did
It
you
was
get
fun.
kidnapped? Who the hell wants the two of you?
The weirdest when I went to my mom's office is people came up and called me My, and I was like, what does that mean? They go, your mother addresses you as My Allen. We just assumed your first name was My.
Ugh, they took the scenic route.
All
That
right.
was worth the journey.
I do hope for the sake of this nurse that we do go get her the way we did Brittany Griner, segueing out of that.
Yeah, that Haiti's got to be a lot cheaper. That's got to be like $80. You know. But yes,
Zach,
we should go get her. We should get everybody. Stop kidnapping people.
I wanted to talk about something I heard the other night at 3 a.m, listen to a podcast, and my son is going mental. This went under the radar. Tracy McGrady, who is a really good NBA player who's never going to get his flowers, has started his own league like everybody else.
Yeah.
It's a one-on-one basketball format. Tell me you wouldn't watch that.
Well, who was playing? Like me and you, or like good players?
That's the problem. It's guys that are below the G League. So some of the guys from this one-on-one league are getting
allowed. Are they like all over the place, like the N1 league, like no rules, or is it like real NBA rules? Because if it's the N1 rules, that's fantastic. Those guys are great. You can palm the ball and anything goes.
Right. I think I've told you everything I know, but I actually tweeted this maybe back when the NBA All-Star Game happened. I don't watch any NBA festivities other than like the playoffs. If it was NBA All-Star Weekend and you had a one-on-one tournament, tell me you're not watching that. NBA All-Stars right now.
Yeah, those guys I'd watch. Absolutely.
Why don't they do this?
I mean, like, I would love to see, Iverson versus Kobe one-on-one. Just unbelievable. Those are two
ankles broken.
I've ever seen. Oh my god.
Do you have more to win or more to lose?
Much more to win. You could be obscene. Oh, those guys are both great. Well, it depends if you get your ankles broken.
That's what I'm saying.
It depends how bad you get whooped. But those guys are ridiculously good. I want to see like 3-on-3 also. Not that I want to see like that Nintendo game. Fat guy, skinny guy, tiny guy. Like the hockey game. Like, yeah, that kind of thing. I want to see like tractor trailer, some stick figure, and like Muggsy Bogues on a team. Just some nonsense thrown together.
I almost named this episode. It still to this day is one of my favorite jokes. I'm sorry if it's racist, but what do you call two Mexicans playing basketball? Juan on Juan.
Juan on Juan. Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. Zachy, what would you... It's one-on-one tournament of something in this world. Is there anything that you feel like, I have a chance?
Against a pro?
Against anybody, any way. Is there anything in this world? Because I was able to come up with one that I was like, I think I have a chance.
Against who?
Anybody. Somebody who's a professional at their thing. Is there anything you feel like you'd be like, I don't feel helpless? Because hitting a baseball, you're helpless.
Snowboarding, I've got the puncher's chance of getting down with some credibility with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it.
Like, I'm pretty fast. I'm pretty good. They're better than me. And if like jumps and tricks are involved, yeah, no way. Not at 40s, but like in my best day versus their average day, I've got a shot. Nothing else I can think of.
Because it's the old, like, how many fastballs could you hit out of 10? And you're like, I hope for 2, maybe 1.
0. Yeah.
I don't play, and I don't even watch. I feel in a soccer shootout, I'm the kicker, and there's a goalie, I score 5 out of 10.
I don't think you score 5 out of 10, but you score 3 out of 10 probably. Yeah, you get some passes.
My point is as you walk up there, I don't feel helpless. I don't feel like, this is never going to happen.
Fair enough. Though the pressure's
soccer.
If he saves the first 5, you're not getting any. You're just going to start kicking him over the net. You got to get 1 in the first 3. If you don't get 1 of the first 3, it's over. So 5 on net. Ron Katz talking some junk. What's he going to beat a pro at?
Grammar?
Well, then I can definitely win.
I saw a great story about state abbreviations gone wrong, where some cop pulled over a car, like guns out and everything, because they ran their plates. And I forget what the abbreviation what state it was, like Arizona, and they typed in the wrong abbreviation. Apparently the person was wanted for murder. Gary Goldman has already done the best bit ever. If you've never heard that about state abbreviations, how good are you with your state abbreviations? Like all of them?
Probably a good chunk.
AR,
Arizona, Arkansas.
You also pull them over guns out.
Maybe, yeah.
If you didn't have trivia, I was going to do state abbreviation trivia for you.
That's worse than mine anyway.
Worse. Okay, I'm hoping for big things. We are doing today's.
I got trivia.
We're doing today's episode on a Monday because it's my niece Madison's birthday. Who I went ahead.
I think I hate her at this point.
I sent her a text that was a picture of, I wanted to get you a special card. It was a picture of a card. I wanted to get you a special card. Instead, I got you this. Happy birthday or whatever. She gave me a thumbs up for it, which a response was everything for me.
Oh, God.
But tomorrow, shout out to my wife, who turns 30 tomorrow, which when people listen to this episode, it will be already been a couple days late. So you missed her birthday.
Is it going to be 30-10?
The worst part, this is early candidate.
Arya and Kira. Hi, Alan. Who are they?
Oh, those are little muggies. Those are the little Bodians.
Oh, that was a dirty joke, but how about them?
Yeah. No, they're sweethearts.
Like so Arya Stark? He went for it? Good for him.
I think it was more the girl. But
what?
I think it was more the girl. Early candidate, though, Zach, for Pishadoo of the Week, my wife, because I have something special coming for her, and I'm getting her Thai food for dinner. And I was like, but wait, I have a special dessert.
Go over
she goes, wait, but I like Thai dessert. I was like, no, but I have like a special dessert. She goes, I don't want your special dessert. I want the Thai dessert. I'm like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me right now. And she goes, well, can I have both? I'm like, yeah, I don't care anymore. Like, I ordered something special for you.
Go nuts. Like, you just did the eyes, by the way. You'll see yourself back. Terrible.
So
what's the special dessert? You haven't given it to her yet.
It comes tomorrow and was very
overpriced. It does, and I bet you'll glaze it yourself.
Jeez. There's little kids.
You just said they've heard it.
It's sticky rice. That's what she actually wants.
Oh, so you can say sticky rice, but I can't say glaze a cupcake. What the hell's wrong with you?
Actually, what she wants is sticky rice.
So you're just gonna take Uncle Ben's and we've derailed. Sorry, Arya.
Feeling jerky? Give me some quirky.
I don't know what I can. I'm all flustered now. There's kids listening. I mean, for me, the Sean Payton, Aaron Rodgers shots fired, and Nathaniel Hackett has been just gold. Loving all.
Tell people I've been following it. It's not that.
Nathaniel Hackett, who was about to become offensive coordinator of the year, did a so-so job in Denver last year. New coach Sean Payton. So-so job. New coach Sean Payton essentially just buried him. Said he was the worst coach ever. Of course, Rodgers, who cannot help to take the hook, he gets involved. I can't wait for that game. It's going to be must-see TV.
All right, I'm going to defend A-Raj.
Wrestlers when they hyper wrestling match for months.
Do they play this year? I actually didn't know if they're on
this year.
I'll go double.
Mark it down.
Double or nothing on the Nips that game. Double or yeah.
Book it.
All right, nothing to do with the Ravens. It's just we're just putting a one nip bet on that game. I get no points.
No, just the Jets win or the Broncos win. We take a shot. The Jets lose. I take 2. If the Ravens also lose.
Right.
No,
all right. And
win. We'll figure it out on the 8th.
The father of the boy who doesn't win. Right.
Precisely.
Got it. All right. Here's my bit on A-Raj. Do you know what he's doing right now? Now, Zach, your dating history is not so illustrious.
I don't know.
You didn't make the rounds the way some of us did, but what he's doing right now, and I remember doing this, is you go out on a first date with somebody, and for whatever reason, believe me, I've had this, and they start complaining about their ex-boyfriend. Maybe it's even on a second or third date. Well, you sit there and you make mental notes of, well, I better not say this. I better not do this. He, right now, is doing the exact opposite of all the stuff he's been critiqued of. Everything he got grief for in Green Bay, he's coming to the Jets and being like, all right, they said I did this, and this. I'm going to do the opposite right now. I'm going to stick up for my coach instead of bury them.
I like it.
Also, the pay cut he took was pretty generous.
Yes, it was. So we're
Do you know
hoping
he
to
was
get
going to make
that
like
one.
$110 million next year?
Yeah, he needs that ring though. He needs it. I need it. We all need it.
Well, you're getting Dalvin Cook tomorrow, so congrats.
Do you know who Justin Jordan is?
I went to college with no, I don't know.
You might have. Professional golfer on the PGA Tour in Canada admits to cheating. He's shaving points like the old days. He got busted turning a 7 into a 5. It's like a D becomes a B so easily. He got greedy. Yeah, he got caught shaving points on his scorecard. All
Wait,
kinds of suspended.
She asked for a 13, but he drew a 31?
It's not bad. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. But what else do we have? Pee Wee Herman died. That's depressing. I don't know.
Oh,
He wouldn't
you
let me
sunk my
$5.
submarine!
I know, but like he wouldn't let me $5 maybe. We go to the movies together. But
all right, my sign off was going to be Pee Wee Herman. Will you remember him more for the gray suit, the movie theater incident, or the laugh?
All of the above. I saw the Pee Wee Herman show when it got re-released on Broadway. It was fantastic. All the original.
Oh, you
cast,
told me this.
minus Larry Fishburne. I don't know why this was funny at the time, and it's not so funny now, but there was a robber in Cleveland who was caught in a recycling bin. I don't know.
Ooh, I got a segue from that, but keep going.
Go on. Segue.
I want to introduce like a new segment that I have clearance, but I have patients sometimes that say stuff to me that I'm like, I need to tell the world what you just said. This guy, I have a patient right now who's a judge, retired. He wanted to tell me, he told me this story one time, and then I sat on it and I go, I want to tell the world. I made a point to say, Judge, am I allowed to tell my friends about this? And he goes, yeah, it's been 30 years. Guy who lived in a neighborhood used to go to his neighbor's trash and go through it and pick through it and just leave everything everywhere. They didn't know who did it. They set up a neighborhood watch, finally catch the guy. Next thing you know, he's standing in front of my patient, and the judge, my guy, he turns to him and says, you're going to do 30 days in jail, or you're going to ride on the back of a dump truck and go around and do the route with all the trash collectors for a month. And I looked at him and I went, oh, that had to have been the worst month in jail. And he looks at me and he goes, what? He goes, trash was his fetish. He took that pleasantly. He goes, that was the biggest mistake I made as a judge, was giving a guy something that would make him happy.
That's
I was like,
awful.
I would not want to do that route.
Yeah, that sounds disgusting. Speaking of awful, and I don't know why this made me laugh, because like she's really old. Joy Behar face planted and just ate it.
She's
and
the
then
worst.
Then she goes, the chairs were moving. It's like a ride on Coney Island. It was swirling. So she may have been a little tipsy, but
Coney Island. Forgotten
Joy Behar
Boardwalk.
just ate it. Now, the preppy killer, are you familiar with this guy?
Keep going.
Robert Chambers. He killed a woman in 1988. He was all white collar. He was called the preppy killer. He got released from jail. Who cares? Why don't they give fantastic nicknames to serial killers anymore? Son of Sam, preppy killer. This guy's just got his name. Why isn't he like the Gigolo killer? It's all there.
You like that Gigolo killer?
Like, yeah, but why don't they give? They're really mailing in and being lazy on the names. I miss good killer names.
I was going to save this for next week's story time, patient story time.
Okay.
My lady today, I'm in the kitchen. We're doing exercises. I look over her calendar. We're scheduling her next visit. It is all types of serial killer paraphernalia, if you will. And finally I go, I'm sorry, Miss Smith. I got to ask, what is this? And she goes, it's a calendar of serial killers. And I was like,
your calendar's any better? You've got Scottish guys with their shillelaghs hanging out.
You think I'm hanging out on the wall? Come on.
Yeah.
No, I had that in my bedroom.
Ted Bundy, Mr. August.
I looked through it. It had a bunch of serial killers. Nobody I knew. Then again, the amount of times we've watched a murder documentary and Julia halfway through goes, oh, I know this one, because she knows all that stuff. Finally, I say, wait. Why do you have this? And she goes, we get it yearly. My husband was in the her husband was in the FBI like science research department. It's something they put together.
So he was Clarice Starling's boss. He was that a creepy guy?
I don't know any more than I've told you, but could you imagine being in somebody's kitchen and they have a serial killer calendar?
I love it. There is a new thing that's been passed, the skip the stuff law. This is a get off my lawn if I've ever heard it. When you order food now, starting next month from restaurants, they are not going to give you utensils, napkins, or ketchup unless you specifically ask for it. to save
Wait,
on
this is
stuff and save.
old news. This has
It's
been
passed.
forever. Oh, it's a law now.
Happening. Yeah, it's a law happening next month. Skip the stuff law. Hate it. Give me everything you've got back there. I'm paying my money and barely tipping. I want it all.
What was the movie with Michael J. Fox
like
before he was shaky? I think it was called like The Concierge, where he would get takeout Chinese food and he came home and had a fish bowl where he would take and put the duck sauce, the soy sauce, and the fortune cookie. I think that's what it was. But I remember, I don't want to be that guy. I throw that crap away.
No, I want it all. I do want it all. So there was a Canadian, Canadian soccer player from your World Cup, your Women's World Cup. She went absolutely crazy on the Australian coach and she went on apparently a hot mic'd tirade. Now, I didn't listen to the tirade because I didn't really care, but the quote was, "She fucking jumped into me, you twat," Chapman yelled. What on a hot mic and she's screaming. God bless Canada and their.
Wait, she's a Canadian? Wait, aren't the Canadian?
They went nuts.
I heard today that Canada was the defending champions of this thing.
No, we're the defending champions.
No, or they no of the we didn't win something and they won or whatever it is. But also, to be fair, if they're playing Australia, they throw the C word around like a comma.
Like it's nothing. You're in the medical field, so they say.
Ish.
Latest craze among wealthy Hamptons types is therapeutic ketamine. You getting down with that? Apparently, that's a thing.
I've been around people that have done it.
Mind-altering substance is a new chic trend in the Hamptons. The rich are now doing doctor-assisted ketamine in the clubs known as Special K. Oh, they stole that from Kenny Fisher. From
Special K is what it's called.
No, Special K is Kenny Fisher and Can't Hardly Wait.
Have you ever seen anybody do ketamine?
No. Where the hell am I going to see somebody do ketamine?
I have friends that like it. I would never have never.
Like Rosenpenis and Timmy? Who the hell's doing ketamine?
Deeper and darker friends.
Seth?
Not them.
See? How's deeper and darker? And all the pieces are there.
When you picture somebody in a mental institution like Arkham Asylum where they have a straitjacket on and they're rocking back and forth, that is how most ketamine trips end up. It gets really bad.
That's pretty bad. And I think we covered this, but I can't recall, and my memory is not so much. Vegan raw food diet influencer Zana DeArt dies. Did you cover that?
Maybe.
Remember of what? Starvation. Starvation. Yeah, she is this scrawny little thing. Died of starvation. Look at that arm. Ugh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no. So she's dead. Vegan.
So she's dead.
Yeah, so she's dead. These things happen. That's what I've got, but it was a lot.
Look at you, Zach, bringing the heat.
You called me out last week. I'm throwing 102 all day today.
Well, 103, you're Jordan Hicks, so keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Zach, what you watching?
It's amazing, by the way, you haven't destroyed me. Let's get to this. I'm still sadly watching the Mets. I'm just teeing it up for you. Just bring it.
I do it. I've been watching the Orioles forever. Like, whatever.
Just bring it, man.
You're not mathematically eliminated, right?
No, they're going to get hot because they're so good.
You just
don't go back on the miracles they're throwing out there. They suck something awful.
What you watching?
Not much, because it's been a week. I don't know. Still, I'm watching Fubar because it's excellent.
What about my hijack?
I have, because I got a narcoleptic in there who can't get through one episode of a half-hour show with Schwarzenegger and his really charming daughter. The chick from the Maverick. She's good. Not Maverick, not Jodie Foster. She's also good.
Gardner?
Yeah,
Jennifer Gardner?
Movie. No, not Jennifer Gardner. The girl from Top Gun Maverick. The Spanish.
Jennifer Connelly.
Not Connelly. She had a bush in why can't I remember? Donnie Darko? No. No, the other one. Help me. Jennifer Connelly with the weird one. God, it's gonna be nuts. When she goes full frontal.
Face
off. Face off.
I don't know.
You do know,
get back
though.
To me. I don't. I really.
I
get Connelly and Gardner confused. Is what I was getting at. They're the same person.
James Garner was in Maverick with
Jodie Foster. Before Gibson went crazy, Maverick is up there for me.
2 pair 8s and 8s is about the greatest thing you can say in a card game. It's incredible. That's about all I'm watching. I haven't gotten hijacked yet. Nothing new. All
right. Well, just so you know, I'm going to ruin it. Idris Elba dies in the second episode.
You cock Nazi. Like, I don't know what else to say to you about that.
You know, there's
executive decision. You're not going to make it. You are.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I was talking to Simon. He was saying how Hijack is so great, and I dropped like he dies. The truth is the only part that I hate about this show, and I hope this ruins it for you. You're just watching it, and there's 7 episodes, and you're like, he can't die until episode 6 or 7 if he does. Like, there's just no way.
Yeah, well, there you go. We'll figure it out. I mean, I don't mind those shows that they give you the early, they tell you what happens early. Then, like any Natasha Lyonne show, they tell you the whole thing in the first 5 minutes. The whole show is watching her get there.
It's different. It's a different
He's not as charming as she is.
We watched the stupidest movie that I want to save everybody time from. Some stupid thing on Hulu about pinball. It's like the Tetris movie, but it was about pinball. Like holy
Tommy,
hell.
The whole pinball wizard?
No, different one. About the actual real pinball wizard. The interesting part is that pinball machines were banned from the 1930s by your boy LaGuardia all the way to the 70s and 80s, where somebody had to get them unbanned. That's the more interesting part. We were watching the movie, and we got about an hour in, and Julia goes, this is really bad. I go, we got 30 more minutes. Like, at this point, we're pot committed.
Yeah, you're pot committed.
Nobody you've heard of. The story's stupid. Pinball machines were banned. Now they're not. Cool. Eat the plunger.
Eat the rat. Yeah. That's about it.
Pishadoo of the week. I have 11 candidates for you. Let's blow through them. First candidate. This has been... It's been on my list for weeks. I've been dying to talk about this. The GOP, party, debate, blah, 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 the caucuses, everything's getting started right now. And you have to like qualify with a certain amount of votes or signatures or some shit. I don't know. There is a candidate, I believe, in one of the northern states like Michigan, Minnesota, who is giving away $20 gift cards for every time you donate money to his campaign. Now, obviously, this guy is hoping that you're going to give more than $20.
So if I give $1, I get a 20.
Get $1, win a car. Get $1,
exactly.
Win a car.
That's where I was going. It's just ridiculous. This guy.
Well, Zoe donated $1 and got a $20 gift card. But this is definitely
like iTunes fleecing nephew.
Doesn't this sound like some type of Ponzi scheme where this guy is just taking money in through one method and giving it another way?
Yeah, he's cleaning money. He's definitely doing something here. I don't know.
All right. It's still, I'm curious of your thoughts on this next one because our dipping sauce episode is still topping the charts, okay? And I will go ahead and maybe admit that I messed up by not putting mustard even on my list. And since that episode, I used mustard a lot more than I ever realized.
I'm liking those mustard commercials.
Skittles is coming out with mustard-flavored Skittles. You ready for some, Zach? It was #1 on your list.
Oh my God, yes. We got to do it on air. Both of us eat this thing. The Skittles is just some weird stuff. Have you ever had the Stinkberry Skittle?
I don't eat Skittles. Get out of here.
So for Halloween, they had a thing where like one of them was haunted. So one is Skittle in there. And they all have the same taste, like complete ass. I love that. I love that there's a loser in the bunch. You never know which one it's going to be. And it was so nasty too. It was like delightfully nasty because they just got you. Love it.
It's like our podcast.
Yeah. Delightfully nasty.
Which one of us is a Stinkberry?
Me. Brews and Jews.
You're telling me that they slowed down production enough where somebody was coming putting one thing in each one?
Yeah, it's so good. It's so desperate.
That's a little thirsty for me.
It's a little thirsty. It was fantastic.
Candidate number 3, Jim Irsay, who is the owner. Nepo baby. He's the Colts owner. I actually had him for 2 things. I was following it live tweeting last night. His back and forth with Jonathan Taylor, fantastic. Yeah. Jonathan Taylor, running back, I want more money. Jim Irsay comes out publicly and going, we're not giving you more money. Jonathan Taylor, trade me. Jim Irsay, we're not trading you. Jonathan Taylor, I don't want to play for you anymore. Irsay, we're putting you on the non-performance list because of an injury. Jonathan Taylor, my back is fine. The back and forth between these two was great. But I actually had him on here because they're doing some type of publicity stunt where they're taking Chris Angel up 150 feet and dropping him Owen Hart style. What could go wrong?
He'll be on the pup list in no time.
No, Chris Angel?
Yeah.
Massive kill list when you go back and look at that guy's back of his baseball card. Oh, yeah. He was with, what's her face? Holly so-and-so from
Robinson
the
Pete?
Store. No, I wish.
Yeah.
Little overcooked for me, but...
So he's Jutorian? It's pretty good.
No, he's not Jutorian, but for as weird as that guy is, but... Like, Houdini died because of a magic trick. It's only a matter of time for this ace-hole.
I wonder if Houdini did well. Nice Jewish boy. Like,
Houdini was Jewish?
You can double-check him, but take my word for it. Yeah.
Kick in the dick?
Yes. That's not his real last name.
Well, he made his real name disappear.
So, That's not
There you
bad.
go.
Ron Katz, settle this. Houdini Jewish?
This is like our fact checker as we do this
Yeah,
live.
live time.
I saw this before my wife tried to add it. I've noticed nowadays she starts sneaking things in. Like, did you hear this? Did you hear
She
this?
does.
Hoping I'm bringing.
His real
No,
name was
she doesn't.
Ehrlich Weitz. Harry
Really
Houdini's
good.
not even close.
Ehrlich? Like Ehrlich Bachman?
Sure.
Matt Damon was offered some 10% stake to play the role in Avatar and turned it down because he was doing the Bourne Contingent and some other stupid movie. He turned down $250 million.
That's insane, but he doesn't need it.
Wait, no. That's what he would have made. That's not what he turned down. Like
yeah. He story about Matt Damon. He was gonna buy a $200 or something million place down the block from my mom or something like that, like a penthouse. And
Upper West Side.
Yeah. So then he decided he didn't want it, and he'd already signed the contract. He walked away from $2.5 million. He just gave it to a seller to not have to deal. These guys have a shit ton of money. It's cost they're paying for his bastard kids. Like, these things happen.
Okay. Post Malone has come out and said he's never done hardcore drugs.
Well, he's done a lot of softcore stuff.
Don't believe it, right?
You don't get that kind of face tattoos, by smoking weed.
You know he comes from money, right? Like,
does he?
Zach Elias money? Yeah.
Get the hell out of me.
Wait, do you know his original story was he started
nothing about him.
I heard this from somebody. He started making music, and then one of the ways he shot up the charts was his father paid like a ton of money for people to like download it. You make it to number 1 for a day or two, and I'll be your sunflower.
I'm your huckleberry. I know nothing about Post Malone. Yeah, sure, he's Pishadoo.
He's actually very talented. During the pandemic, they did a Nirvana cover thing. It was
awful.
Very good. No, it was good enough that I was like, oh, I hate that I like this.
You weren't even on your top 10, you asshole. And my list is a sham because I'm still sick over not putting Blues Traveler on. Stone Temple Pilots at the go. Like I wake up in a cold sweat over this.
Okay. Next candidate,
Vietnam.
Peacock has lost over $1 billion and is on pace to lose $3 billion this year. I don't know if you're getting much more Poker Face.
Poker Face, fine. I mean, my Premier League.
Premier
League. Poker Face is keeping them afloat. She's delightful.
I don't understand why Peacock is doing this. Just sell your stuff. Like, sell your soul.
To who? They're owned by NBC. If they can't make money, who can?
The DOJ has come out and decided, because we covered this on BYD, ya boy, SBF is being set free. The FTX guy who was doing all the criminal activity. Yeah, he's innocent, set free.
We freed him. We got him off. I like it.
Yes, because of our episode where we said we're going to name an arena BYD Arena, we got him off.
Yeah, we
and didn't get him to jail.
Yeah, he definitely. Everyone gets off.
Do you remember that case as it was going down? Like, this guy's going to go to jail.
Rights. He was cooked.
This is like the famous George Carlin. It's a big club, and we're not in it.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
It's ridiculous.
This past weekend, I got invited
to
Eat
the 11 by now.
Eat the Rats barbecue, which I have more to say about it.
When did Timmy show up?
It says 3:17. It was pretty late, which is more relevant because you know what a Pishadoo move is? When you plan something for, like, hey, everybody, come at 1 o'clock. So I scheduled my morning around that. And the day before it goes, actually, we're going to move it up an hour to 12 o'clock. And I was like, oh, I'm definitely not making that.
I love it.
Just
get me there earlier so I can get home earlier. There's this fucking thing at 10 p.m.
I'm staying late anyways. It's just like, I know that there was weather issues.
You know what everyone hates? The guy who stays late. Get the hell out of my house.
And drinks all your alcohol?
That I don't mind. Just do it in a allotted amount of time.
Next candidate.
Jeff can get it done in 4 hours. Why can't you?
I'm worried that you're going to agree with this. So in our family, we had a death this past weekend. Guess who died? Nobody relevant because I didn't go to the funeral, but I did watch the funeral online. It was really sweet, and I do feel bad for the family.
What?
So
you watched the funeral online? That's like what statists do.
They simulcast it. I actually watched it on delay because I was out getting coffee with Julia, but I watched it.
New York and LA, they had multiple coasts doing?
No, it's on SaulLevinson.com. They do a simulcast of the thing. They leave it up there for, I assume, like a week or two so you can watch the funeral.
Not Saul Levinson or SaulLevinson.com, a place you can watch funerals.
You watch the funerals that they hold there, but not the like boxer or the guy going to the ground, just like the people talking about him, like in the church, but not the church.
So they don't end with the box. Then what's the
Are
point?
you out of your
There's
mind?
no production
Zach?
value then. It's just
Do you know any good post producers?
I don't. I know one. She's not that good.
You'd be very wrong. Anyways, so my mom's first cousin,
post producer, the ability to show up and use Zoom, because apparently that's what got her a raise.
So the lady posts, one of those pictures of her husband's, and I'm sorry, she lost her husband, and she gets all the Facebook comments online, including, and here's my Pishadoo candidate, somebody who goes, "I am so sorry for your loss. I'm heartbroken. The next time you're down in Florida, please let's meet up together so I can express my condolences in person."
That's so lazy. Making her do the work.
Something you would do, but I read that. I was like, what a fucking asshole.
Yeah. I don't hate it, but really it's lazy. Make the person do the trip.
Next candidate. This one got all the press this past weekend. Some guy, I don't know how he only spent $20,000 to turn himself into a border collie. Did you see anything about this? It's all over the internet. So the guy's walking around with a handler where he's wearing a mask, he's wearing this, and he's a border collie. Except, as somebody who owns a border collie, that guy in a dog costume, looks like Lassie, which means he's not a border collie. He's a regular collie. Drove me fucking nuts.
We don't have the same problems.
And my last candidate.
What is that?
Let me drop the bomb. Japan, specifically Hiroshima, had to retract something from their newspaper where they stated women should have lunch ready for their husbands, give them massages, and smile more often.
Yeah. Everyone would be happier if we all had better lunches, more massages, and smiled.
I also heard that. I was like, that's not that bad. Like, they're not saying anything terrible.
Julia has a lovely smile. She should use it more often.
GOP gift cards, mustard, Skittles, Jim Irsay, Matt Damon gives a lot of money back. Post Malone never done hardcore drugs. Peacock's going under slowly. DOJ sets SBF free. We have Grieve on My Time. Stevie switching times last minute. The Border Collie Man, which is actually a Collie Man, and Hiroshima Foundation dropping bombs.
I don't hate that. I think it's the mustard Skittles. I don't know why. It's going to be really bad.
Oh my God, I can't believe that's what you picked.
It's gonna be really bad, and we're gonna have to eat it too. The other ones exist in a vacuum. This is gonna happen IRL. So,
all right,
yeah.
Zachy, you got trivia? Give me something, baby.
I do. Ron Katz, this one was gonna be for you last week, but some guy had to have his moment with celebrity exes. So here we go. I am gonna test his knowledge on where you just vacationed, Sicily.
Oh, God. I know the pizza and it's the boot. Is it Sicily or the...
Sicilian pizza was invented in Rhode Island, Palermo, New York City, Chicago.
Can I get a 50-50? It's definitely New York or Chicago. I will go Chicago.
Fine, you get 50-50.
Chicago.
Palermo. It's actually Sicilian. I know, right? This could be full house. Famous for its mafia, that's where it originated from. The term mafia literally translates to family, clan, swagger, vengeance. What do you say?
Let's go vengeance.
It's swagger. Ugh. Those guys with them machismo.
You're telling me that the mafia in the 19-whatevers when it was started knew the word or exhibit swagger?
They did. Big.
Or was it an ER?
It's ER. They're big swinging dicks. This one's for me. In season 2 of White Lotus, Jack drunkenly wanders the streets of Palermo, singing "Forever Blowing Bubbles." What English Premier League team does he support?
Give me choices. For you, it's either West Ham or Tottenham.
What do you got?
I don't know what you like. Let's go Tottenham.
West Ham United. Oh, this could be full Allison. Which of these other famous Italian dishes is originally from Sicily?
Oh, Jesus.
Chicken marsala, chicken franchise, chicken parmigiana, chicken piccata. No.
So chicken parmesan, I think, is an American made-up thing, so not that one.
Could be.
All right, chicken marsala.
It is chicken marsala. It's on the other side of Sicily, apparently. Hey, Ron Katz chimes in. A traditional Sicilian breakfast often consists of Italian bagels, ice cream, olives, or pears.
Olives.
Ron Katz?
That means
Traditional.
I'm wrong.
It is, of course, you're wrong. Traditional Sicilian breakfast consists of ice cream. What the fuck are they doing?
Gelato.
That's at breakfast?
Have you seen Ron Katz? Were you following his trip online? I mean, he ate a lot.
I'm amazed that they made it home because he did eat a lot. There was a lot of eating going on. Ron Katz did pretty well. So that's trivia. That made me laugh.
Still won. Still
better
still
than
won.
the sister. Yeah. Nonsense. And you dialed it in on West Ham. You said it wrong.
Who's your daddy? The podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode.
Granadas are great. Granadas are great. I used to get one on this place in the Upper West East Side. My mom used to get them for me. They were full of coffee. I was way too young, but way to parent Betsy.
All right. Tune in next week. We out.
We are out. Adios, Pee Wee Herman.